Hiya all my Ali Pallies. Now I'm doing this video in reverse because I've been busy. I've got my dad here. I've got electricians coming. So I kind of already done the video and you'll see in the finished look and you will see how I achieved it on voiceover in a minute. So today I am reviewing the new Starry Eyes to Hypnotise palette, and this is what it looks like. Beautiful packaging, very reminiscent of Stars in Your Eyes but blue, and then the packaging inside, again very beautiful, lovely patterned effect, lovely. Now because of what I'm wearing today and because I've got people coming round, I did match my outfit by using primarily Love Glow, which is a bit repeated from some of her other palettes. And I would like to try these two last three shades. But you will see throughout this that I did try to incorporate some other shades just to show you. And I will be doing some more looks over the coming week with Dream Glow and Seduce Glow in particular, because I think those ones are kind of more individual to this palette and not as much of a repeat of previous things. So I hope you enjoy this, and at the end I will give you my final thoughts, which I've just filmed, as I say, all in reverse. And yeah, take care and enjoy. Okay, first of all, let's look at these swatches, shall we? Now, I haven't put these in order. Sorry, everything's mixed up today. But as you can see, they're all very pigmented. Now, this is the second set of three, Love Glow and then Dream Glow. Now, Love Glow, to me, seems very similar to the Walk of Shame, that kind of reddish tone. And then you've got the pinks, the Pillow Talk. Again, not exactly the same, but we know that Charlotte does a lot of warm shades. Now, the Dream Glow trio, I think, is quite unique. Having said that, if you look at the Starlight palette of pops, they're kind of similar khaki shades, but they're all pop shades, whereas these are eyeshadows. So I think Dream Glow is something different that you won't find in other palettes. So I'm going to move on now to the swatches of Happy Glow and Seduce Glow. Now, Happy Glow, I love that first shade, and you'll see later I used it as a highlighter. It's almost like Bar of Gold. So I'm talking about the prime shade of Happy Glow. The other two remind me a little bit of Golden Goddess. And then you've got Seduce Glow. Now, you can see it really well in this picture, that the middle shade, the Enhance, is actually silver, but it's got an undertone of blue. So it does look really pretty. And I don't think she's done anything like it. So I think this trio is quite, new. Something new. So now I'm going in to do a look. And as I said, I'm doing Love Glow, which is probably the least unique trio here, but it went with my outfit. But I do try and incorporate some other things. So as you can see, I'm going in with the prime shade of Love Glow, and I am putting that over my entire lid. If you can hear Jack in the background, it's because we are now up and running with Wi-Fi and he's playing Fortnite. He's very happy. Okay, now I'm taking the smudge brush and I'm taking that shade, the prime shade of Love Glow, and I'm putting it underneath just to kind of brighten up my eyes and look a bit more awake all the way along. And now I'm going in with the enhanced shade of Love Glow, and I'm going to put that on the outer corner. Okay, you probably heard Jack say mum, mum, mum then, so I broke off. So you can see that I'm putting this Enhance for Love Glow in the outer corner. So I'm just leaving the prime shade in the inner corner, and I'm kind of covering the rest of the lid. So I'm gradually building up the intensity of the colours as I move out towards the outer edge of my lids, which is what Charlotte generally does with the prime enhanced smoke shades. and I'm using Charlotte's blending brush. And now I'm going to take the smudge brush, and I'm going to take that underneath, but I'm just going to take it halfway along this time. I don't want to take that darker shade all the way into the centre. And now again with the smudge brush, I'm going to take the smoke shade, and I'm going to do my normal little predictable triangle in the corner just to help to hide the hood. And what this does with hooded lids is this is a matte shade and it's a lot deeper. So this is going to help to hide the hood, and it's not a shimmer shade. Really pigmented, and again taking that underneath to link up but not all the way along, because I don't want it to start closing the eyes. When you take it all the way along and you've got small eyes underneath, then it just makes your eyes look smaller. So really easy to blend this formula. I didn't have to do a lot of blending. And now I'm taking the prime shade from Dream Glow, because that makes a very good highlighting shade. And I'm just dotting that with my fingers on my brow bone, as you can see. Again, not much blending required. And I'm saying 1 second, and then I was thinking, how can I incorporate a few more shades? So I am now pointing at the prime shade of Seduce Glow, which is very much like a pop shade. And I thought I'd put that over the top and treat it like a pop shade. And as you can see, although it looks silver in the pan, it works as a very good kind of pop. And I think it would work as a good pop over any of these eyeshadows, to be honest. So, you know, because even though it's silver and it's quite cool, you can put it over one of the other prime shades. And now I'm saying 1 minute again. And this time I am going to go in with the black. Now, this black didn't seem as pigmented. I'm using her old eyeliner brush, which is an angled brush, to do this. When I swatched the black, it didn't seem as pigmented as the instant look in a palette. I wasn't that impressed. But actually, when I did put it on with the eyeliner brush, it was quite pigmented. A lot more pigmented than when I swatched it on my hands. And I know Wayne said something about this. You can't really compare hand swatches to brush swatches. And that was certainly the case with this. So don't be too upset if it doesn't swatch very well. Just try it with the brush. And again, just using that angled brush to get me a little bit of a flick in the corner. And it really does help me to get that angle using the angle brush. She doesn't sell this brush anymore. She just sells the other liner brush, which you'll see me using in a minute. But this one is very good. And I'm going to use it for something else in a second. As you will see. Still feeling a bit lazy about getting all my products out because I've just moved and everything's still in boxes. So I thought, why not use it on my brows? Now this is black and I've got very dark brows, right? So word of caution. The other thing is that I put a tiny amount on the brush and I really did move it across the entire brow. If I'd kept dipping back into it, I would have looked like the Incredible Hulk. I only used a little bit. But obviously, you're not going to be able to do this unless you've got very dark brows. If you've got fair brows, you could use the smoke shade of Happy Glow. There isn't a matte brown, medium brown, though, if you've got medium brows. But anyway, I just was feeling lazy, so I used it for that. Now I'm taking her newer liner brush, which has just got a very tiny tip. And I thought, oh, I know, I want to try this green out of the Dream Glow, which is the smoke shade. And so what I did is I took it underneath. I thought it would be a really nice drop shadow, a good contrast with the warms and the above. I often put green anyway in my waterline. So this was just putting it under my lids and to give you a chance to see another colour. Okay, so it's a bit of a subtle effect, but you can see it. And now I am pointing, I think, to the smoke shade of Love Glow. That's right, because I decided to use it as a blush. because pigment is, ladies, pigment. And I thought, why not? And I don't need to take a blusher out. So that was that. And then I thought, ooh, pigment is definitely pigment, and I want to try the prime shade of Happy Glow and use it as a highlighter. And it makes a gorgeous highlighter. It's almost like, and I may be repeating myself, I've done everything in the wrong order, but it's almost like Bar of Gold. I love this as a highlighter. It's really, really good. Okay, so that's my highlighter done. And then I'm going in with the lipstick. Now I'm using the lip cheat in Berry Naughty. I wanted something to go with my top. So that's what I'm using on my lips. And then filling it in roughly. And then what I wanted to do was to go in with, what lipstick did I use? I know, hels, bels. But I didn't want hels, bels to be, there is a danger because it's quite dark that it can look a little bit too vampish. So what I did is I dabbed it over, as you can see, rather than swiping. And then I went over with my fingers and kind of blended it in with my fingers to smudge it out a bit more. So it looks a little bit more than a stain, but not as vampish. And that is my look. As I explained probably at the beginning of this, the reason why I did it on silent, lots going on today, but I hope you've enjoyed this video and the swatches. And do ask me any questions. I would have done the green or the blue, but I was wearing this today, so I will explore some of those other looks during next week. And let me know what you think of this palette. And I will see, overall, I'm very impressed with the formula. I do think this is very similar to Walk of Shame and maybe a bit of Dreamgasm, a bit of Vintage Vamp. But the green is very original. It's not really like the Rebel palette. So you're not getting anything. The only thing that's close to the greens is the Starlight palette of pops, but they're all pop shades. So I think the last two trios of eyeshadows that you see in this palette are quite different. I would say that I'm probably repeating myself because I will have just done a voiceover, which I haven't done yet. But just to point out that I think the black is very nice. It actually applied on my eyes a lot better than it swatched. I still think that the black eyeshadow in the Instant Look in a Palette Smoky Eye was slightly better pigmented. This is a beautiful colour, very, very reminiscent of the, I've forgotten the name of the palette, the Rock Chick, except that it's got more of a blue undertone to it, so it's a real blue-grey. This works beautifully as a pop colour, this one here. So these, I would say, original. These you could possibly get in other palettes. This is a bit Golden Goddess. This one is a bit mixture of all sorts of things, and also Stars in Your Eyes. But the formula is very, very good. So all in all, I'm very happy with the formula. Very good formula. Applies beautifully, blends beautifully. Just, I would say that Happy Glow and Love Glow are probably repeats of previous shades. The front is beautiful, brilliant gift for Christmas. I think this is Swarovski crystal. You can see also this lovely thing on the back. So it would make a beautiful gift. It's not my #1 favourite because of the repeats, but it's definitely not one that I won't reach for. It's just about the repeats. So I would reach for the greens. I would reach for the last look because I've got a nice sort of smoky blue grey in there to work with. And I probably, I think out of all of the big palettes, I would probably most likely to use these last 3 shades out of all the palettes, apart from possibly the Icon palette. But her other long palettes, I think this is more wearable if you're older than some of her previous ones where she's done disco look. So all in all, I'm very happy. Not my favourite, but by no means anything to be sniffed at. Beautiful palette, and I would recommend it if you don't have all her palettes and you don't mind the repeats. That's it. So thanks for joining me. Sorry about the lighting. I'll set it up. Electrician on the way, so I just didn't want to set up all my lighting today. But see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Love you all. Mwah.